You were going to be the one playing today.
I'm gonna.
Like it's the craziest thing you've ever heard.
I thought I was just gonna watch something. What am I doing?
You're playing the game.
Uh-uh. You and your wacky ideas.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Hello, my fellow grounded pounders. I'm joined here today by my beautiful girlfriend.
Hello.
Hello. And we're going to be playing the Stanley Parable. And I just told her she was playing, and now we're just waiting on her to actually play.
And I told you that was a wacky idea.
Yeah, yeah.
What am I hearing?
Noises
Yeah.
from the game.
I thought it was you talking at first.
No, no. So this hand goes on WASD.
All at once?
Well, you don't have to touch all of them,
Oh,
but this
okay.
is forward, this is left, this is right, this is backwards.
Okay.
It's like these directional keys, but it's over here.
Why didn't they just make it the directional keys?
Because, when you play other computer games, your hands go for like here for a quick reload, and here for use item.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's easier to have your hand here and your right hand, your dominant hand on the mouse. Otherwise, what you'd be doing is you'd be moving your left hand, like back here to use shortcuts.
Okay.
So that's probably the logic behind it. But anyway, and then this hand goes here.
On the
The
mouse?
mouse, yep, both at once. Jeez, I really am starting at square one with you. And
I
you're
hate
just
to
back
break
to
it to you.
drinking your
It's
coffee. Are you kidding
it's
me?
square one for life. I'll get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Hashtag square one.
What did you put in that coffee?
Isn't it delicious?
Yeah, that's not what I was implying.
Oh, I put a little almond milk, a little almond coconut creamer, and then a little maple syrup, and we have what am I having? I made birthday cake for you, and this is very interesting. And I made French vanilla for me.
Cool, cool.
It's just too delicious to put down.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the game. Back to square one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what am I doing? Begin the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of ominous. Like,
Yeah.
end is never the end. Is never the end. Is loading.
Yeah. It's kind of clever that it doesn't that it that it doesn't begin with the end. It's never
Mm-hmm.
the end. Yeah. It's a cool little detail.
Yeah, I get it. What do I do?
It's loading. You just wait
Oh, it
patiently.
almost looked like fake loading.
What? What? What the hell?
No, it looked like, like it was part of the sort of aesthetics of
Yeah,
it.
the experience
Yeah.
is just being bored waiting.
Like it was a play, like, end is never the end, isn't it load? I don't
Yeah,
know. What is in this coffee?
yeah, yeah.
I read way into that.
So I guess I'll tell a
Is
quick.
it really taking this long to load?
I guess it is. Um, but I almost got eaten by the coyote. I mean, I told you already, but
Yes.
that would have been really bad.
Yeah.
It was just the prettiest. I mean, it was pure white. It was like I was in like Alaska. It was
Wow.
so cool. And then I thought it was just somebody's beautiful lost dog. So then I was just gonna go outside and feed it and probably bring it in. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
You eat the children.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is I probably would have gotten along with it great. And then, when somebody else comes, they probably would have gotten barked at, and I would have been like, wow, he's all of a sudden super aggressive, and then it's like a rabid
Oh my God.
animal. It would have been awesome, though. He's like, it was a beautiful dog.
This is the
So, yeah.
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
God bless you.
Stanley was happy.
No, he wasn't.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his
Okay,
office.
you can play now.
All right. I'm gonna finish my coffee. Okay, so what am I? I'm hitting this.
Yeah,
Oh, that's just taking me up and down. Right?
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe look around with the mouse.
Okay. Oh, I can look around with the mouse. My God, it looks like my old basket.
Yeah.
Frightening.
You really?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay.
What am I? I'm supposed to be trying to figure out why.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So yeah, I mean, I've played this before, so I just kind of want you to experience it on your own. So.
You sure?
Sorry, I would have brought my controller, but
How am I supposed to know where the meeting room is? Be my Valentine. Please, I mean, really. Spare any expense on the desk today.
yeah.
You want to help a girl out here?
No. Just have fun, relax, yeah. Just explore and keep. What are you doing?
Well, I think that's part of the problem is I don't.
Yeah, just move them. Now, you know, that, nobody knows what they're doing when they first play a game.
I think I'm just going to go in circles here.
So use the mouse to look, because the mouse is your, yeah, so do you get it now?
I guess so. It doesn't give
Your
me...
mouse is your head, so move your neck to the left, because that's where you came from. To the left, yeah, there you go. And then just go straight through that door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
They're in the same place. What does it matter?
How do you know they go in the same place?
Oh, they don't. They look like they did. A very awkward movement.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all good. My tiny relatives play this one too.
I've been drinking.
Yeah.
So apparently I can't walk in a straight line.
It's just because you're unfamiliar with the...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Come on now. Let me out.
Yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Move the mouse. Come on. Stop this.
Are you getting frustrated?
No, not at all.
Hey, you put me in charge.
I know.
This is all on you.
I'm just...
I know, you just want to like grab it from me.
No, it's not true.
I want you to.
No.
I cannot figure this out.
There's really nothing to figure out. I mean,
Okay.
you're just unfamiliar with it, and you think it should come easy to you, and you know, that's not the case. Well, these things are a little bit difficult, you know. Everybody who plays this the first time was like this. Okay. There we go.
You don't believe the word you just said.
Okay. So just like middle finger here. A and D. Okay. That way. And then yeah. There you go. See, that's a little bit better.
It's a weird office.
Yeah, it is weird.
This does not look like an office at all.
Well, you know, especially compared to your raggedy desks and stuff, you know?
No, it's like an old saloon or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Oh, the executive bathroom.
Yeah.
I think I'm good. I don't think I need to go to the bathroom.
Yep, and you can just pick the mouse up. And then, no. I'm just saying, like, you can do that.
I didn't want to
like,
make noise.
Yeah, no, I'm just letting you know that
Oh, okay.
I'll just edit that out. Whatever you need to do to play the
Okay.
game, just do it.
Okay. Just do something.
No, that's not true. You're fine. I looked up online because we have to do a quick episode today.
How's that? Yeah.
That's where you came from.
Oh.
I looked up online how long this game would take because we have to do a quick episode today.
Yeah.
And it said 15 minutes, and I was like, perfect. That should be at least 30 if you're behind.
30. I think you're giving me credit. So dark in here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret
God, it's so
number,
dark.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Where's this keypad?
It's behind the guy's desk, but it's a little hard to see.
Yeah. Isn't that really dark here?
Yeah, it is.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
It is extreme. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just this keypad behind his desk.
Oh, okay. Do you remember what?
2845. By simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
You're trying to walk into a chair. Yeah. So turn your neck. It's so funny because I see, because I'm helping my little relatives do this too,
Yeah.
like learn how to play games and stuff, and everybody does the same thing. Like they don't want to move this ever.
Oh, I know, it's weird, I guess.
Yeah, like well, no, it's just funny because it doesn't take any extra effort. But like for some reason.
I guess it just doesn't come naturally to me, though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't come naturally to anybody probably. I was probably garbage when I did it too.
Am I gonna go in this?
I don't know. You're the one playing.
It's so dark. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, where am I going? We're loading again?
We're loading again.
Coffee break.
Here you go.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it is. It is phenomenal. You did do an excellent job.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Thank you for getting a birthday cake.
You're welcome.
Descending deeper into the
Did
building,
work donate?
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion
No, I
in his
paid
chest,
for this.
as though he felt more free to think for himself.
That's too good
to
for us.
question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh,
So this part is supposed to be dark. So you are trying to figure out where to go.
okay.
So why don't you head to that light right there?
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Let me see if
Facility.
I can make it a little brighter. Whatever, just walk through, okay?
Okay.
If we can even find the door at this point.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
There we go. So, there you go.
Okay. Mind control. Oh. Oopsie. This game only takes 15 minutes to figure out.
No.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Go over there. Ooh.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Creepy.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Overshot that one.
Yeah.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Look around
Oh.
with the mouse.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So go figure it out. Go look around and see what you could do. So, I don't know what that button does. You can hit it if you want, but it does say facility powered through here.
Mm-hmm.
So, What do you want to do? Do you want to go up here
Yeah,
through this door, or do you want to hit whatever this button is?
I guess hit the button.
Nope, this is up to you.
Yeah, hit the button.
I don't think you hit it. Guess you can't.
Oh.
There's
Alright, then we do plan B. We go to the facility power. Mind controls idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. This is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Oh, that's creepy.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this
back
door.
into the other room with the facility power.
Something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
My God, it's so creepy.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made hungry.
Do I want to go up there? Probably not.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
Am I going to blow up?
Destroy it first, so you can't.
If I were a bank.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Come on, help me out.
Until a big boom and then nothing.
No.
watches you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
No.
Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life for the rest
This
of the
guy
game.
taunting me.
What do you say?
What?
There you go.
Boom.
What do you think?
Well, it's just a little weird. So every time you play it, it goes differently because it's how you play it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Isn't it?
did you save it? Did you save Stanley?
Well, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
You hit the on button, which he was very surprised by. So was I. It's a very interesting thing to do, to go into a mind control facility and hit on. I don't think anybody saw that coming. I don't think I even ever did that.
Because you probably think before you do things.
No, that was awesome. That was awesome. I know moving the controls can be quite frustrating. When I'm playing with one of my little relatives, I use the mouse to look around and stuff, and he uses WASD to figure out how to do it.
Okay.
And then we've upgraded recently to him doing WASD and the spacebar at the same time.
Whoa.
He's super little, so that's why. But I have a.
And I did so much better.
No, you got the hang of it towards the end. Don't beat yourself up over it. It was fine. But I got a question for you.
Yes.
Remember in the beginning?
Yeah.
So here's where you threw off the game. You followed it to a T until the end when you turned the device on, and then it started to blow up, and he basically revealed himself. What if you went through a different door? What if you went through the right door? What if, now that you know he's a liar?
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of the game. He likes to see how long he can go without
Now,
dying. So far, he's
play it
done
again real quick and make a
If he
different
just
choice.
stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
Let's
to go to
just
the
bring
meeting room.
you
Perhaps
this.
he'd simply missed a memo.
But you could also look through all the windows now.
When Stanley came to a set of
See,
two open
what
doors,
happens
this
if you
was
go
not
on the
the
door
correct
on your
way to
right?
the meeting room, and Stanley
Because he
knew
was
perfectly
telling
well.
you to go on
Perhaps he
there.
wanted to
Yeah,
stop
and
by
when
the
you first
employee
play the
lounge
game,
first,
you
just to
really
unwind.
just follow him because that's the game. Only at the end do you realize, and look, what is this?
Truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate,
So,
beautifully
I
constructed
want you to
hall.
just,
Stanley simply
this
stood
game,
here,
you know,
drinking it all in.
is just such a interesting little masterpiece, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, you can finish it in about 15 to 20 minutes.
But eager to get
But you
back
can
to business,
also
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
get me to go back. It's trying to get me back on track. But what if I kept going this way? What's in that open door?
Right. That's pretty cool.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, what if you hit the off button?
Yeah.
What if you go in here? And look, that lit up.
Straight ahead to the opposite door.
Well, I could keep walking down this hallway and get back on track, because now look, now I'm back to the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single
And
person there either.
tips for not getting fired: talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion.
Don't get fired.
And don't get fired. Or, my favorite, you could just...
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
You could just sit
so he
here.
turned around and got back on track.
So anyway, what's your opinion of the game?
That was really fun.
There was nothing here.
Like, I would love to play it and see what happens if I don't hit the on button.
Yeah, you know, that's why I didn't want to say anything, because I'm spoiled already. You know, I know what happens.
Oh.
But I wanted to see how it was for you.
Well, we need to do part 2 where we actually see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We've got so much to do. But I'm so glad that you enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Thank you for,
What was that? Doing Sweet FA?
yeah.
What is that?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing
Really?
around doing nothing?
Yeah, well, he didn't want to curse, probably. So that's why I was just trying to be cheeky, you know?
Oh my god, it's funny.
And isn't this funny that this is a thing you can do? Is just stand in the broom closet and he slowly gets pissed at you?
If I'd said Stanley walked
That is funny.
You want to sign off?
Alright, well that was really fun, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. Maybe it'll make them want to play it correctly. See what actually is supposed to happen. But anyways, it was really fun. So please like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to us. And good
I
night.
actually had a cute idea about our little cartoons that I wanted to draw. So, you know, I've been going,
Oh, he's getting really mad.
yeah, he is. I got an idea while you were playing this. Your cartoon character could be holding a map upside down and like smiling and pointing onward. Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be very,
Like
that
the
would be
map's
very
upside
neat.
down and you're just like totally like this way, you know?
And with your she folded and rolling your eyes at me.
No. I'd rather just be like, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing.
Well, not in a like a smirky way. Like, oh, you.
Yeah, that's what I need to figure out what I'm doing. You know, something that compliments you, because I think that's part of your charm. Okay, good night.
All right, good night.